Hello dudes, welcome to TechToot.com. In this video we are going to learn about the difference between switch case and if-else and why do we really need switch case to use. Okay, so let's start. So difference of switch case with if-else, as I have already mentioned in the switch case video, switch case can only check for equality. Okay, first point. Whereas if-else can check for equality less than greater than any relational operation, right? Okay. Secondly, switch case can work only on integer expression. Within the pair of parentheses of switch case, you can only write integer expression. So such expression whose value evaluates to int, char, short or long. Okay. So you have to write an integer expression within the parenthesis of switch. Okay. Then the next point is the cases of switch can have only constant values. So you cannot check for equality for one variable with some other variable. With one variable you can check the value to be equal with some constant value only, right? So in switch the cases may be some numerals, some integer values or some character, because character are also treated as integer because they are represented by their ASCII values. I think you already know that, right? Okay, so these three are the points which makes the switch case different from if-else and lower its scope, because if-else can be used in a quite wide situations, but switch case can only be used in this particular situation. Okay, so next point which comes into mind, that why do we need switch case? Then we already have if-else, so why do we need switch case? Okay, so let's take an example. Here I have written a switch case block. Okay, the first case for some integer variable number, the first case is 10, then 52, then 19, and then there is default. So what happened during compilation? The compiler does an indexing or table sort of thing. What happens is that whenever the value of number is 10, this 10 is indexed to this block of statements, then 52, then 19. These things are indexed to that particular location of memory where these statements reside. Okay, so what happened whenever we get a switch case and during runtime, when you know the value of number, if this number matches to any indexes of these cases, the control will go straight to that one. If the value of number is 52, the control will go straight to 52. What happened in case of if-else? Let me write it. The if-else block would be like this. If number equal to 10, then do something. Else, if number equal to 52, then do something, and like that, right? Okay, so in this case what happened, the value of number is first checked with this condition, if it is satisfying or not. If it is not satisfying, then it will go here. So the control will take bigger time to come to this place, whereas for switch case the control will go directly to the particular index 52, directly to the particular value. Okay, so if the case is default, then it will go to the default state, the default index, right? So for this same reason, as the memory is going directly to this one, the statements will be start executing from this line. Okay, and that's the same reason you need to write the break statement after each block of case. Otherwise it will have a fall through operation and all the statements after this block of statements will be executed. So you need to write break after every case block. So you understand that for the same situation where switch case can be used, switch case will be faster than if-else. For this particular case where we need to check for equality, integer expressions, and only equality of integer expressions with constant values, then it's better to use switch case because it will take lesser time than if else. Okay, so I think it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask in our doubt section. Thank you for watching.